Hi guys, myself Sanket Kumar Dani. I am from NIT Alcola and today me and my group is going to deliver a presentation on the topic biological hazards. So let's begin. Now I am going to start what is biological hazard. Actually biological hazard also referred as biohazards. It refers to biological substances that pose a threat to the health of living organisms, primarily human. Sources of these biological hazards may include bacteria, viruses, insects, plants, birds, animals, and even humans. It can cause various diseases ranging from skin irritation to various types of illness. It can enter the body by different ways. It can be airborne, waterborne, or even it can also be transported from one person to another after it get affected to a specialized person. Now, these are the examples of biohazards. Severe acute respiratory syndrome or SARS, tuberculosis, hepatitis C, HIV/AIDS, influenza virus, H1N1, salmonella, and further we can see in this slide. Here you can see various parts of the world where you can see the hazardous effect of these different biohazards. It is represented by different shapes of the polygon, triangle, circle, which represent different types of diseases. Even you can see in country India, it is also very severe. That is the plague, which is well known to all of us. Even the Escherichia coli condition is very hazardous in our country. Now the question arises, have biological hazards reached their peak? Actually, it has not, but the time is not so far. The world population is now highest in the history and is also increasing at an exponential rate. We can see that in the 20th century it was about 5 billion, but now it has gone to about more than many billions. As the population increases, so does the number of sick and vulnerable people who are least able to fight off these viruses. We know that developing countries make up to 80% of the world, which means that most of the people in the world are living with poor sanitation, unsanitized water, inadequate food, and lack of basic conditions leading to various hazardous this type of diseases. Population in urban areas is also rising at a rate of 1 million people per week. With population living in close proximity, pathogens can more quickly spread as was experienced during the plague and epidemics. We can say that urbanization is also one of the major causes for influence of these biological hazards, which cause forests are to be cleared. Microorganisms living in the forest, as a result of which, are forced to enter into the populated areas. As you can see in the slide, 26% of American girls between 14 and 19 have at least one sexually transmitted disease. Now the classification of biohazards. Category A. It includes infectious substances affecting human beings and animals. Its examples are ringworms, swine flu, and bird flu. B. Infectious substances affecting animals only. Its examples are coccidiosis, which means falling of feathers by the hen. Then category C. It includes biological substances that are transported for diagnostics or investigative purposes. Then comes the levels of biohazards. Biohazard level 1. It includes bacteria and viruses with minimal precaution. Level 2. Bacteria and viruses causing mild disease. Level 3. Bacteria and viruses causing severe fatal disease to human. Then finally level 4. Bacteria and viruses that cause severe fatal disease to human with no available treatment till now. Here are the list of some of the biggest of these hazards. Influenza, or we can say Spanish flu, Yersinia pestis, avian influenza virus, HIV/AIDS, Ebola, and the well-known plague that occurs in India recently. Now I am going to say about influenza. It took about 50 million lives in just 1 year. Its symptoms are fever, runny nose, sore throat, muscle pain, cough, and even fatigue. It spreads through air particles. It can be through coughs or can sneezes. Its influenza spreads throughout the world with an yearly outbreak resulting nearly about 3 to 5 million cases of severe illness. In this case, deaths occur mainly in children or those with health issues. New outbreaks of influenza have been discovered and go viral till today, with the latest being discovered in 2009 H1N1 swine flu and are all well known about its and its hazardous effect that it takes many lives in just in India we can see. Now, these are the symptoms of cold and influenza. Yersinia pestis. This biohazard has the world record for the largest number of deaths. It is also known as the Black Death. This disease-causing bacterium killed between 75 to 100 million people during the Black Plague. Yersinia pestis was only discovered in 1894 because of an outbreak in Hong Kong City. In this case, transmission to humans is usually through a bite of infected fleas. However, it can also be spread through coughs or sneezes. And further will be continued by my groupmate, it is Biswait.
The symptoms of Asana pestis include fever, headache, chills, swelling of lymph nodes, hypotension, and etc. People can die before any symptoms appear. People who are infected by it can die within 2 weeks of time. These are some photos regarding Asana pestis or the Black Death. Now comes HIV or AIDS. It is transmitted through unprotected sexual intercourse, contaminated blood transfusions, contaminated needles, or to a child from its mother at birth. HIV infects the cells and uses them as a place to multiply. Then the virus destroys the ability to let these cells do their job, and the immune system eventually shuts down if not treated. Since its discovery, AIDS has caused an estimated 36 million deaths worldwide, and as of 2012, 35.3 million people live with HIV globally. People who have HIV or AIDS may experience flu-like symptoms or no symptoms may at all. Since the epidemic, almost 78 million people have been infected with HIV or AIDS. These are some photos regarding HIV or AIDS. As you all know, the World's AIDS Day. It is celebrated on 1st December of every year. Here comes Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome or SARS or SARS. It has 9.6% fatality rate. It was first reported in Asia in February 2008. The disease caused by SARS coronavirus. It was outbroke in 2003 affecting North America, South America, Europe and Asia being the main countries. However, the SARS outbreak affected a total of 37 countries. This outbreak consists of 8,096 cases with 774 reported deaths. But still there is a good news. Since 2004, there have been no reported cases. Here are some pictures about SARS. As you can see on the map, on the picture, as the blue region shows no local transmission of SARS, whereas the red region shows local transmission of SARS. Here comes the one of the deadliest disease called Ebola. Ebola is a disease in humans and other primates caused by Ebola viruses. The signs and symptoms typically start between 2 days and 3 weeks of contracting the virus. Symptoms include things like fever and coughs ranging to liver and kidney failure. Ebola is found to kill between 25 to 90% of all who contract the virus. It spreads through body fluids. Here are some pictures about Ebola. As you see the size of Ebola virus on the left top side. Prevention. Airborne illness can be prevented by wearing protective things such as masks, gloves, and goggles, and make sure that your skin is not showing off while you are in a pollution zone. You should not share drinks with others while you are the affected one. If you are in an area where an outbreak occurs, make sure you are wearing protective gear. You should wash your hands regularly and you should wear body protection while cutting down trees and bushes for preventing the harmful insects. You should make the care of handling rubber tires, crates, boxes and abandoned vehicles with care and being health cautious. Here are some bibliography from which you are taken the contents: earlywarning.inc, wikipedia.inc, takeonestep.org, www.oshc.org, www.ccohs.ca, and www.gov.mb.ca, and all the photos or pictures are credited to the Google Images. And thank you heartfully from our group to listening all these things. Thank you.